So we are going to talk about trying to stack two pieces together. I threw these the other day. As you can see, this is going to be the top. I actually threw through the top so that I have an opening. So I drilled straight to the bat. As well, I added already a coil when it was softer. And scored and attached a coil to give it a little bit more thickness. And this is my bottom, which is even firmer than this piece right here that I'm going to add on top. So I have a firmer bottom, and then the top is a little bit softer. All right, I'm going to just put that to the side. I used a caliber to get my measurement. So you set your caliber, you can get the measurement and compare the two to make sure that your rims line up for your shape. Another way you could do that as well, because I have to do this anyway on this piece here, so I'm just applying some slip or slurry, depending on where you're from. Everyone has a different way, and when I do that, I can take a piece of paper and gently lay it on top. That's going to give me the diameter for my pot. And then I can use that to compare to my other pot and see how my diameters are lining up.
I folded mine in half to be able to.
Well, I can score this one and then put this piece of paper back on, and I see if the rings are lining up or not, which I'll tell you right now they're not.
The shrinkage.
Some shrink is involved, but it's really not lining up at all. So the good thing is that it's not lining up to smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently try to pull this out a little wider. So that it's not as a little work on the fly doesn't hurt. So now at this point, I need to score the outside. I'm going to give a little shout out to my good friend Ken Baskin for showing how his tool helped me make mine. Taking an old paintbrush, putting some nails in it and some PC7, and I have a nice aggressive scoring tool here. So thank you, Ken. All my students love it. They just don't know how to make their own, so they steal mine. So I've ended up making like 3 or 4 of them, but they don't know that.
PC7?
PC7 for those 2-part epoxy putty, so it comes out and really fills in. PC7, if you want me as a sponsor, awesome sponsor. So rescoring this. Applying some slip. Again, when it comes to slip, dab is better than swiping. Okay. So
the back view,
Well, it would help if I put my glasses down. You know, so I could actually see what I'm doing. Okay, that's lining up pretty well. Putting a little pressure on the top.
This is where I fuck up every time. Once I get the patience to have the pieces dry, this part's the next, like,
So I'm putting a little pressure as the wheel is spinning, so I'm pushing down. Not a lot. Light pressure, but I'm pushing down on it. And where I just added that slip, I'm going to score that little area where those two parts had met. Or pot on the top and pot on the bottom. And there's a little indent in there. I don't know if the camera will pick it up as much. And I have a nice soft coil here that is too soft, but I'm going to slowly add that clay into that seam. The air pressure on the inside of the pot is helping me. Way too much. I'm going to have to
too much clay.
fire my assistant who made this.
Who, what?
Me. I'm firing myself.
Who's this, coil?
Who made the?
Too big?
No, who squirted like two, who added water to it while it was sitting in a bag, and didn't realize that it was way too much water that I had. I mean, it's horrible. But, you do the best you can with what you got at the moment. So we'll work on it as we go. I'm adding my coil.
You have to use a coil. Like, could you? No, I'm asking. Like, could you leave kind of like a well at the bottom piece, and then the top piece goes in there?
Well, I could have already added a coil on the outside.
Okay. This is where I always mess up trying to get that coil soft, like trying to get it back level to the wall. Yeah.
Well, as you can see, I'm blending both up and down.
Mhm.
Because it's more coil than I need, which is fine. I'd rather have more than I need. Here's where the serrated rib comes in very handy as